Amani Channel here. I'm the video fearless dude who helps business owners attract leads and clients with video marketing, especially and even if they're terrified of making videos. Maybe you're camera shy, maybe you just haven't made a video before. No worries, I got your back. So I decided to do this kind of impromptu assignment for myself. It's a personal 30-day challenge. So my goal is each day to make a video for you. Maybe a short video training, maybe a story, maybe something that'll help you be a more effective video storyteller or create content that really makes you shine on camera, because times have really changed. Even when we look at where we were a year ago, we're now on a quarantine. I work from home, and I work right here in this space. So I work for a media company, but in addition to that, I do all my business in this one space because we're under this lockdown. And 9 times out of 10, I say 10 times out of 10, I'm creating video content to make new connections or to educate or just to help people out. And that's really the way we have to do it these days. We have to. I'm sure you're on Zoom conferences. I'm sure you're doing, you've been asked to be a guest, maybe you've been asked to be a guest presenter at a conference via Zoom. Everything we're doing these days involves video pretty much in terms of communication. I'm sure you probably watched an educational webinar, something like that. So I decided to make this training as a way to give back to my folks. If you're just now learning about me, I'm going to share my story in just a second, but I'm a video professional. I worked in the media field and in video production for more than 20 years. And this is what I know and love. I used to be a reporter in my earlier days, so I'm very comfortable speaking on camera now. But there was a time, really not so long ago, when I used to get very anxious, nervous. I used to choke. I was terrified. I would have hot flashes. I would get a pit in my stomach. And I don't know if you can relate, but it can be very frustrating when you're trying to communicate on camera, especially live. And this is back when I was a news reporter in my very early days reporting, when this would happen to me. And it happened to me so many times where, and I was working in a big market. I was in Tampa, Florida. It was my second TV station in my broadcasting career. And I just wasn't getting any better. I wasn't figuring it out. And finally, one of my fellow reporters, fellow cameraman rather, one of my colleagues, he was a cameraman, he came to me, he was like, Amani, you know, a lot of people you work with, they talk bad about you behind your back, especially even the people who you think are your friends. And I knew I was really struggling. I knew that I was really having challenges on camera. And this wasn't like a couple months. This was like went on for this is probably a couple of years when this photographer finally approached me. And I was like, yeah, man, I get really nervous. No one's really helping me. And I had gotten some advice, albeit some bad advice, from someone who told me to be like this particular journalist or this reporter, who was really an old school, like, crime reporter. He had a very stylized delivery. And even though I was trying to channel his own presence through myself, or I don't want to say imitate him, but even though I was trying to I guess replicate what he was doing on air in my own voice, it really wasn't a good fit. Finally, one day I was out with this photographer, excuse me, and he said, Amani, I think you got some bad advice. Instead of trying to be like this guy over here, why don't you try to be like this guy who's is a little bit more like your personality. He's a little more cool. And I will say I don't consider myself cool. I'm more of a video geek. But as soon as Rod said to be more like this guy, the light bulb went off, and I realized that I could just be myself. I could be my own authentic self as far as I could be, because, reporters do have a very stylized way of talking. Like, I would never file a news report just talking very conversational like I'm doing now. But I realized I could be more of myself. I could be more laid back. I could just be more Amani on camera and as a news reporter, and it would still work for me. And as soon as he said that, the light bulb went off, and I rapidly sort of figured it out after that. And I've made appearances on CNN, Fox News Channel. I've been on NPR throughout my career. I've had my content featured on BET, ABC, like many of the outlets. I've been featured in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. I now live in Atlanta, and I currently work at Fox 5 News here in Atlanta as a producer. So I don't work on camera anymore, but I still work in video production, and I work with reporters all the time. And so I took what Rod taught me, and I took what I distilled from him, because as I was thinking what I could help others with, is those who might be like me, who need to perform on camera. They need to present a story. They need to share some information on camera, but something is just preventing you from doing so in an effective way. All right. And I'm talking about video marketing, but maybe there's some sort of block that you have. Maybe you're an introvert, like I'm actually an introvert, believe it or not. Maybe you might not suffer from introversion, but maybe you're just not able to tell a story, or you don't feel comfortable. You feel like, who's going to listen to me? You suffer from imposter syndrome. There are many, many things that will prevent folks who are very much capable, who are very successful in the business world, from speaking on camera. It's not really a natural thing to do, to speak to a device like I'm doing right now. So I took what Rod taught me and I distilled it into a 6-part formula. And there's also some other frameworks around my methods. And so that's what I do now, is I help people become video fearless. I help people share their own message, whether they want to build their influence, authority, attract leads and clients. Just share a story on camera, right? There's so many applications and there are so many ways to connect with people on camera, and video is probably the most effective way to do so, even more effective than a post, a text post, or some photos. There's nothing like video, especially live video, right? There's so many ways we can share a story now. You can go live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. There are so many platforms now. And so that is the goal. I promise you that if you stick with me through these 30 days, you will not only be making videos, but you will at least know the keys to what it takes to attract people to you, to attract leads and clients, to build that rapport, to benefit from your video marketing strategy. All right, so I'm going to share 3 things with you right now. I'm going to cut this short. They're basically I call it the 3 C's of success, really. And so there's 3 things that will really help you be successful as I move forward with this challenge. The first thing is, make a video with me, right? If you're seeing this on YouTube, or if you're seeing this on Facebook, I have a Facebook community where you can join the community, and I'm going to try to share these videos across all platforms. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do so or not, because my time is kind of short. All right, but the first C is you got to be consistent. All right. The second C is, with consistency will come confidence, and then the third C is credibility. And so those are the real benefits of making videos. And if you're able to follow my formula and just hang out with me, just learn and apply some of these concepts, you'll be very successful, and you will be able to master these 3 C's, and you'll be well on your way. All right. By the way, if you're seeing this on YouTube, please feel free to like this video. Please feel free to subscribe and comment if you have any questions for me, if there's anything that's particularly slowing you down. By the way, I would like to know what your biggest challenge is. What would you like to learn from me specifically? What is preventing you from making your content right now? That would be really helpful for me as I move forward. This is just day 1 of the challenge. I promise you more good information is coming. What I want to say in conclusion is you can do it. There's nothing stopping you. If I can make videos, if I can share my story, although I have worked in the professional realm, there are plenty of amateur video makers who've gone on to become very successful YouTubers, very successful TikTokers, very successful in their Facebook marketing, LinkedIn, whatever the platform is. You'll be able to develop a following. You'll be able to attract people to you. You'll be able to share your blessing. All right. And if you're an expert, which I assume you are, if you have a successful business offline, there's no reason why you can't be successful online by sharing your story with video. All right. So with that, this is day 1 of the challenge. The next video is going to come to you tomorrow. I'm going to share these also primarily on my Facebook page, the Amani Channel Facebook page. Please invite someone to watch this video. Please share this video with someone who you think it might bless, because I really want to reach those who may benefit and who are really challenged to get their story out there, because storytelling in independent media is so important to the collective education and how we're all helping each other. All right, I'm going to get more into that later in my own theories about that, and I'm going to share some more stories about why I love video and why I got involved with the media, and also how you can video market. That's all going to be revealed in this 30-day challenge. Amani Channel. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.